Hi, this is Sin of Sinwise's Battlefield Manual, and I'm here today to talk to you about the School of Hard Knocks achievement in Alterac Valley. And this time we're doing it from the Alliance's point of view. Since Alterac Valley has a map that is asymmetrical, it is different. You have different experiences on both the Horde and Alliance sides. I'm going to go through both. Now, the achievement that we're trying for here is to have your Orphan see you assault one of the towers, one of the 4 towers in Alterac Valley. So the very first, most important thing is make sure your Orphan is out at all times. Like, oh my God, you do not want to be in a position where you have successfully done this and your Orphan was not watching, because that sucks. And I'm not speaking from personal experience here, not at all. Anyhow, 4 towers, Alterac Valley. They're all to the south. They are controlled by the Horde. They have a red flag flying over them. The tower has a flag at the very top level, and the goal is to go ahead and get yourself out to one of those towers and click on that flag before anybody else does. See, you can look all the way down at the end of the map. You have four towers. There really are 3 ways you can go about this. We're going to go ahead and just start with a very, very fast mount. The idea when you are mounting is to run up to the very front of the cave, and then you'll have to run a very short distance off of the rock ledge in the cave, and then hit the path, and once you hit the path you can mount up. One of the challenges is that there are going to be a lot of people, and with the Orphans out it's going to be even busier, so you want to make sure that you practice mounting up and doing a quick mount out of the cave so you can be near the front of the pack. If you're not near the front of the pack, that's okay. There are other things that we can do, but if you are at the front of the pack, then you have a very, very clear shot at the first tower. So what we want to do is practice getting out of the cave quickly, and I did not get out quickly enough. So you can see this rock ledge, and you need to go ahead and move past there in order to mount up, and then you can mount, and there you go. Now you see that I am now actually in the middle of the pack. Yeah, pretty much middle of the pack. So we'll need to go ahead and just have a nice, good run. There are obviously things that you can do if you are a paladin or if you are an unholy death knight. You have certain advantages here. But if you are some of the lower levels, then you can go ahead and have things like mithril spurs. Anything you can do to go ahead and get your mount speed up, do it. Do it. Definitely do it for this achievement, because you are going to spend a large amount of your time just running. That's okay. It's just fact of life. Now the group normally takes the most efficient route. Now this is the safest route that we're going to take here across the field of strife, where we're going to head and go across the outpost and near Snowfall Graveyard on the I always just think of it as the right side. You always go to the right side. This is the safest way to go because you're skirting the field of strife, which we're about to approach here, and you can see the Iceblood Tower and Iceblood Garrison up in the distance across the field. So again, you're going to want to run straight across, and you're going to want to run past Galv, or Captain Galvinger. Galvinger? I don't know. He's always Galv, whatever his name is. And you want to go ahead and just skip him. And even though he's a vital part of actually winning the battleground, just skip him, because we're here to try and get to Iceblood Tower. Now there's Iceblood Tower. You can see that it's actually got somebody in it right now, and there's a lot of competition. So we're going to go veering very, very closely. You always try and take that hill if you can, to Tower Point. Tower Point. Somebody just entered Tower Point. Okay, so there's the second tower. Second tower is a no-go. So we're just going to keep going. This is kind of an odd achievement. Even though it's PvP in a PvP battleground, there's not really much PvP to it. You're trying to outrun your opponents in Alterac Valley, or your teammates, really, not even your opponents. You're just trying to outrun them. So you don't really need to do a lot of fighting here, especially at first. You can go ahead and be very, very focused on just getting to the tower sometime. So here we are in Frostwolf Village. Frostwolf Village is a bear to navigate through. Practice this. Practice this move right here. Get through this, through that hut, and then you want to get into the keep and go straight to one of the towers. Pick one that looks empty. Then you have to really work on the tower navigation. See, this first flight of stairs, a lot of short, sharp turns. And then you're getting shot at by arrows, and then you have to run around another set. You go from the inner spiral staircase to the outer spiral staircase, around it, and then you get to the flag. Note the flag is red. That means that the Horde control it, and looks like I'm going to be lucky. I'm going to actually be able to capture this one. Yep. Excellent, excellent. Good job, Sinwise. Good job. The The tower itself, you'll notice there's a lot of space where there are guards. There are guards on each one of the towers, and they're irritating on the way up, but don't stop to try and deal with them until you have actually captured assaulted the flag. Excuse me, you're not really capturing it. Assaulting the flag is something that that is important and vital to the success of your team in Alterac Valley, but it's more important to go ahead and defend the towers once they have been taken. Once you've assaulted a tower, the flag turns gray, and the enemy, your opponent has 4 minutes to go ahead and try to take it back. So at any point, they could come back and assault it again, and they would effectively defend the tower. It would turn back to a red horde flag in this case. Now that presents some interesting opportunities. I've talked a little bit on the blog at least about how you don't really need gimmicks for these achievements, but one of the gimmicks that you do see people doing is that if they'll have a horde person standing there, and they may go ahead and just let you cap it, and then they'll defend it, and then let other people do it. I just wouldn't count on it. Do it the right way, because do it the way that it's intended, because that way you'll always be getting it. You always know that you'll be able to do it. This is not hard. This doesn't require a lot of PvP right now, to be honest. You've seen me, hit up some mobs, and that's it. Once again, let's go through the tower, because I think that horde towers are actually much more difficult than the alliance bunkers to navigate. You do need to go on this counterclockwise rotation, and then when you get to the top, you need to flip. You need to go to a clockwise rotation, as you saw me do before, because that's the fastest way up. Now, looks like we got a mage who's coming up. Yep, nothing going on there. So the other thing is that I want to make sure people know is to stick with it. Once you have the tower, go ahead and stay and defend it. You don't need to do anything else. You just need to stick with it. Stay with it for 4 minutes, and go ahead and help your team out and defend it. If people are coming up to you, go ahead and call it out. Right? All I'm doing here is I'm just watching to see if other people come up. Now, yes, of course, I'm going to go ahead and actively pursue them. I'm me after all, and I'm going to go after them. But you don't even have to. You just need to stay there and make sure that you're able to let your teammates know that people are coming, and do your best to stop them if they do show up. So right now, I've just got a clear view. This is Frostwolf Village. There's the other tower, and there's the gatehouse. This is relatively straightforward, and you can see, oh, there's a little rogue coming. There's a rogue coming. So I'm just going to let MBG Chat know that there are rogues in the area, and that we need to be aware, and that the only reason I'm down here and now not actively observing the flag is because I know that there are people right next to it. I can see them. You may not be able to see them, but I know that they're there. I can see their axe right there, and we'll just go ahead and check in with them, because I think it's going to be more important to keep make sure that my circle is up. But it's important to keep your eye on the flag, right? You have to fight at the flag in order to defend it. And defending the flag is relatively straightforward, right? You stand here, turn your camera around like this so that you can go ahead and watch watch anyone coming up. But you can also see the flag, and other people can see you. You're not trapped. You're not hidden. You're not out of their line of sight, so you can help them as well. You noticed I popped my Voidwalker out. That's just to go ahead and do some anti-rogue tools with the Consume Shadows. But otherwise, this is relatively straightforward. You ride to one of the towers. You need to make sure that you know which tower you're going to. Make some decisions as you see other people going for them. If you get out first, great. If not, that's okay too. But just stick with it until you're able to actually get to one of the towers. This tower should go down in 1 second. All right, so there it is. I'm going to go ahead and just go out. Get into the fight, and then come back up just to make sure that it's burning. Yep, it's burning. Tower's on fire. Alright, when the tower's on fire, your job is done, and you have gone ahead and you've successfully not only assaulted the tower, you have stayed with it and done your job, and now you can go ahead and just kill people. And that is all for Alterac Valley. If you want, you can go ahead and participate in the Mad Rush on Drek at the very end, but it's not required. Good luck with the School of Hard Knocks. Remember, keep your orphan out at all times so that you don't miss any of the credit. And thanks again for watching. This is Sin from Sinwise's Battlefield Manual. Good luck, and happy hunting.